Real Barman. Today we are talking about the Martini. The Martini is the iconic cocktail in the history of cocktails. Everyone knows about the Martini, everyone's heard about the Martini. James Bond drinks the Martini. So we're going to talk about the Martini, a brief history, and then I'm going to show you how to make it. It's actually really simple, almost too simple, it's almost ridiculously simple. The Martini has three main stories. There's a couple other ones floating out there, but there's three main ones. One of them is totally bogus in my opinion. The first story is that the Martini was invented in the 1860s at the Occidental Hotel in San Francisco, California. They said the bartender there made it for a miner who gave him a nugget of gold, said he was headed to the town of Martinez, not too far off, and he whipped up something special for him. The second one is actually the town of Martinez claims that this miner showed up there and did the same thing to a bartender named Julio, said mix me up something good, and they called it the Martinez to start with, and it later morphed into the Martini. The original Martini is said to have had gin, sweet vermouth, orange bitters, and maraschino liqueur, and then it later evolved. The third story is from New York in the Knickerbocker Hotel. There was a guy there named Martini, and this was in 1911 or 1912. This is 50 years after the other two claims. This one to me is bogus. This is not true. It's one of the other two. I'm going with Martinez, California story because I live in Martinez, California. Real Barman lives there. Martini's there. If you go to Mason Street, they have a plaque in Martinez that says the birthplace of the Martinez. Should be good enough for all of you. Real Barman, Martini, both there. So that's what I'm going with. Now we're going to talk about how to make it. Okay, Martini, the original one's gin. If you talk to any historians about the Martini, they're going to say vodka is not a Martini. That's fine, I get that. But nowadays it has evolved, and I would say that vodka outsells a gin Martini, at least in my area, about 8 out of 10 times. So it is what it is. The other thing is we've talked about when you stir and when you shake. We know that if it does not have juice in it and it's just pure spirit, we're supposed to stir it. That's the rule of bartending. However, people really like their gin and vodka martinis shaken, especially the ladies I've noticed. So almost every martini I make, we shake it. That's just the way they like it. If they want it stirred, we'll stir it. We still stir all of our Manhattans because that's a classic way. It comes out silky smooth. But the gin and vodka martinis get shaken until they're really cold to get that thin layer of ice on there. Okay? Now we're talking about what goes in it today. Today it's vodka, dry vermouth. That's what it's come down to. Unless there's many variations that people will do, but that's what it comes down to. When people ask for a dry martini, they actually want less vermouth. If they want it wet, they want more vermouth. It's kind of confusing. That's the way it is. In my last 10 years of bartending, I put no vermouth in it. I just shook up vodka. I never once had a martini sent back and say, hey, can you put more vermouth in it? So it's up to you what you do. A popular way to do this these days is to just put a little bit in the glass, rinse it around, so it kind of coats the glass, and then it kind of gets the aroma in there, and then go ahead and shake up your martini. So all we're going to do, we're going to shake it up. I recommend 2.5 ounces. A lot of places will do 3 ounces. So we're going to go ahead and do 2.5 right now. Get our pint glass, and we're going to shake it. Sorry, purists. That's the way we do it around here in the East Bay. Different regions are going to do things different ways. In fact, in San Francisco, there's plenty of places I'm sure that still stir them. We're going to shake it. Pop it here. Fill it up. When someone orders martini, you want to ask them if they want an olive or a twist. They can even get an onion in there. It's not quite as popular. If it has an onion, it's called a Gibson. But normally an olive is the most classic way, but some people like a twist. If you take my bartending course, we show you how to cut twists in there. We pop an olive in there. Sorry, I don't have a toothpick on me. Drop an olive in there. That is your classic martini. Cheers. I am Dave, the Real Barman.